Total Fitness Saturday. Earlier time of 9 o'clock today. Today's routine is called wedding bells. Before you might remember the finishing challenge with Billy Idol playing. Anyway, before we get there, we've got some little couplets, some little kettlebell and bodyweight exercises. So you'll need a kettlebell or two. You've got a bit of variety. That's brilliant. If not, hopefully you can get by with what you have. Right, I'll go into more detail in a second. Let's get warmed up first. so wedding bells is originally designed as like a special one if you do our regulars. We're all getting married, like 3 couples on the weekend, like 3 or 4 years ago. Well, we've adopted it as part of the Total Fitness Cycle Man. Using the title Wedding Bells, there's got kettlebells in it, with a wedding themed finishing challenge as well. So we're marrying up 2 exercises, a bodyweight exercise and a kettlebell exercise, just working to time 30 seconds on, 10 seconds rest, switch between the 2 exercises for your 4 rounds. So you're not having to do a rep scheme, you're not counting reps, however you will have to think about the movements. Some of the movements are a little bit complicated, they're not just easy. Okay, some of them require a little bit of neural pathway activation. Anyway, your first one is fairly light and muscle. Your first one is fairly simple. Just going to activate the posterior chain, activate the anterior, the front and the back. Okay, so it's a good one just to start with. So we're doing loaded hip thrusts for 30 seconds to get all the back of the body activated, and then plank jacks or plank side steps depending, to get the front of the body activated. So let me show you what we're doing. So the mats and the kettlebell, the first one. Okay, so loaded hip thrusts. You see on the mat, you'll want quite a heavy kettlebell, generally speaking. Load your hips with your kettlebell and literally just squeeze your glutes. Gently press the knees apart as you go up. You're really trying to get this nice, like, straight or even hips higher to really activate the glutes. Keep your spine moving as one unit. So keep the chin tucked in, almost like you're looking down at the kettlebell. Okay, so your lower back should touch the floor. Okay, you shouldn't have an arch in your lower back doing this. Okay, it's there, squeeze, lower back comes back down. Okay, 10 seconds rest. You're going to switch, come into a prone position in a low plank. Okay, then you're just going to do plank jacks, in and out. Okay, which is a lot of the chest, shoulders, and core. If you struggle with that, any back or knee pain, and just do side steps instead. Little tap, tap. Okay, tap to the side. Good morning. Okay, remember, pace yourselves. And we've got new starters today in the gym. That always reminds me. We have new starters all the time. Good morning. Online, obviously. Just take your time. Pace yourself. It's the first time, just get a feel for it, okay? Nice and light at first. Right. So. 30 seconds rest, 10 seconds rest, 4 rounds. Loading hip thrusts first. Okay. Round 1, ready? 2. Keep it going. Right, first one, get started. It's going to get a little bit tougher though, man. Okay, so the next one is thrusters and squat thrusts to sit through. Okay, so let me show you each of those. Kettlebell cluster. Cluster is clean to a thruster. Okay, good morning, Debbie. So clean, do one side at a time. Just going to do a hang clean. So through the hips there. So the kettlebell is hanging through the hips rather than dead clean, which will be on the floor. So a hang clean, row and roll from the side. Okay, and you end up there. It's on the back of the wrist, hands under the chin, and your arms pulled in. Once you've cleaned it, you're then going to squat with it as deep as you can and press. It's a thruster, so it's a full squat. Back, back through. Clean, squat, press. Okay, as many times as you can. In 30 seconds, very demanding exercise. Let's see what you can do. And you rest 10 seconds. Now your body weight exercise is squat thrust to kick through. Watch carefully. So, squat thrust into a bear core position. So my knees are sort of here, yeah? So I'm not obviously kneeling on the ground, I'm just above. Then, I'm going to raise this right arm and kick the left through. You can almost tap the ground, you don't have to do that bit in, just kick through. Back, out, in, kick through. Back, out, in, kick through. Okay? So it's from a press up position, in, kick through. From the biggest mistake people make on this is they try and kick through on the out. Yeah, so they go like this. And they're all like, oh, whoa. Okay? From there, just rotate nice and neat, back in. Okay? Can be a bit awkward. Can be a bit rough around the edges when you first do it. But it gets better, like anything. Better with practice. Same with the clusters. So I suggest, if you're doing it for the first time, just go very light so you can practice the movements, perfect the movements. When you've perfected the movements, then you can go up in the weights. Okay. Ready everyone at home? Yep. Okay. Let's start. Okay, round one then. 3.
Piece by piece, I release what was gone. Now I'm you, or release. And we're down the sun. I still feel you.
Third combination. Here it is. Squat thrust, so 4 swings, and then a wrapped sit up. Okay, again, go light, you can down here. Squat thrust to 4 swings. Now, I like to squat thrust deadlift, where you start with your kettlebell there, and the heel line. The swing is in front. Start the swing like imagine a triangle on the floor, kettlebell is the front, top corner, and your feet at the bottom 2 corners. Yeah? Then you put your hands down, apply the kettlebell, and then out, in, grab it there. As you pull it in, you're into that swing straight away, and you just come through that triangle. So you pull it from the ground to there, which puts you in the right position to then go. Remember with the swings, don't squat your swings, and just pull that light one. Biggest mistake in swings is people squatting them, but they're doing this. Okay, it's not a hinge. Just there, look. Just going through that line, like that triangle there. So think about 2 triangles, one on the floor, and one there. Okay? Then you should be okay. Squat thrust, drag it through that triangle, do your 4 swings, park it back up, out in, 4 swings, yeah, park it back up, hands down, okay, as knees and as smooth as you can. Then rack sit up, so not strictly your body weight, we are using the kettlebell again here. You're going to keep your kettlebell one side at a time, in that rack position. Okay, so it's resting in that gap of the shoulder. My hand is below the chin. And I'm going to do a sit up with the kettlebell there. Then back. It's a lot harder, so choose your weight wisely. And if you can't manage it with weight, which is completely understandable, so if you're first starting out, just have one hand here across the chest. Yes, and keep that. That will make it harder in itself, because it takes away the momentum. Okay, right. Okay.
but I learned the right ones are harder to find. We trying to fly, chasing the highs, I'm riding low. We just can't let go. There's something in these moments. It's nights like these, be the ones that make us. On nights like these, I wanna stay here by your side. It's times like these, they break us. Nights like these, on nights like these, oh. Do you feel like a fake when you're lying awake, speaking sensible? Does that voice in your head tell you yeah, it was correct to set you up for a fool? We've been trying to chase all the ghosts in the past and we should leave them know. We just can't let go. There's something in these moments.
I was fine and he was sick. We rode our horses and made it. He would walk and I would walk. He would always win the fight. Bang, bang. He shot me down. Bang, bang.
Two combos left. Right then. On the top one here. Doing burpees to row. And then halo squats. So, let me show you both of those. Right, burpees to row. Start the kettlebell. Just play your side there. Again, swap sides each round. So I'm going to go down to my burpee. The kettlebell should lie about there, really. Okay, so go there, and it's inside the foot, row, back, yeah, just there, look. Just inside the foot, there, so I come down. Right, we're same side all the way through, okay, round. Exercise 2, halo squats. So, bottoms up with your kettlebell. Again, not done with the knees before, go right. You're going to take the kettlebell around your head. Okay, not there, but literally around it if you can, if you've got the shoulder mobility to do it. Yeah, so bottoms up, round the back there. Nice and deep, bottoms up, goblet squat. Then round the other way, do the same. Okay? Round, squat. Round, squat. Okay, so we'll combo this. There's no easy ones. We've got this one more. One more combo to do. Okay. Right. On this last one, the emphasis is very much on cardio, more body control and core. Okay, so kneeling, rotational press. This can be extremely difficult for some people with mobility issues. Strength might not even come into it. In which case, very, very light. You can even use no weight at all and just do the movement itself. Okay, so don't feel under pressure. Then we do tension leg raises. Okay, so shape. So, half kneel. I'm going to be pressing on the foot side, not the knee side. Because this is where I'm going to be reaching down at the same time. So we're going to wrap this, use both hands. Okay? So, knee side up is the weight side. Okay? So I'm going to press. Okay? And when it's up there, I'm going to watch. Rotate the spine firstly. Okay? And then I'm just going to firstly even your fingertips. Touch the floor. Back. Press. Fingertips. Just get used. So as you go there, look at what my shoulders doing. It's very important that for a lot of other movements like windmills, Turkish get-ups. Very good for shoulder rehab, injury prevention. It'll make your shoulders so resilient. Okay, anyway. Eventually, you can move on to hand, and then even elbow, back. Okay? You do what's comfortable to you. Okay, so it could be fingertips, could be palm. Okay, eventually elbow. So from the side, there. That's what you're doing, okay? Swap sides each round. The other one, tension leg raises. You're going to get kettlebell or not. This works almost as well without, so don't worry. Okay, and then take the kettlebell up in the air, lift the head and shoulders, and lift the feet. Total tension on the abs. Then I'm going to touch one foot, bring it back. Then the other, bring it back. Then the other, bring it back. Now, if that gets too much, I think we'll for a lot of people, just do it from the floor. Okay, that one waits, so that one's done its job. Okay, right, let's do it. Right. Leg up, no clean, just press. Just get it once into that position, you're good to go. Okay, everyone ready? If you're not used to this, go light. The lightest weight you have at your disposal. Nothing until you're 100% confident. Okay? That's it. We'll be on that side. Remember, the weight is on the side that's up. Yeah, don't really get it long. As long as you get it light, it's fine. You're not going to hurt yourself. Just don't go heavy if you're not sure. That's the golden rule. Okay? Right, ready?
Tonight, you need to learn what you make me want.
go. One more round.
It's been a long time coming, baby. Been a long time coming. Been a long time searching, baby. Been a long time loving. Never been one to face, never been one to try. Oh, never stayed there for long. Now I see how I feel.
Okay. Last one. Right. Kettlebell. And grab the kettlebell away. That's away. Grab a step. I think there may be too many numbers, so you don't necessarily need a step. The 3 steps in the studio. And if you're a beginner on this, you probably don't know what you can follow the step. I'll show you at home. You won't have a step. So you're just going to do that amended version, which is just as hard really. So don't worry about that. If really don't mind popping to the studio, you might have enough actually, let's see. Quick as we can. Times with the line. It's very short and sharp. Three seconds, studio. Or you can do the stepless version. One second and we'll start. Right then. Wedding bells, the finisher. It's a trigger finisher. The lyrics is the movement. So what you're doing, throughout the song, we're just going to be doing side steps like this, yeah? Steady, right side, left side, right side. Don't go crazy on them, because you'll hit the wall pretty quick. If you're at home with that step or here with that step, literally exactly the same, left, right. Stand in the centre, step back, steady, step. Just little, nice and steady, almost like jogging on the spot. When you hear Billy say nice day for a white wedding, when he says white wedding, then it's plyo squats. How many you do is up to you. I'm going to do 3. Most people, 1's enough. Some of you might want to do 2. Okay? There, I want it all the way. ATG, Astic pass, all the way up, 1, 2, 3. Then back to side steps. At home, same thing. Do your side steps, just do it without that box. Lastly, when he says start again, it's a box burpee. Okay? So start again, it's down, chest to the step. Step up. Okay? Just one. Just one. Okay?
That's a nice day.
Right? All the way through. Take your legs raking. This is kill or cure. Okay.
Today, the triggers again.
White wedding is your plyo squats. Start again is your burpee. Obviously at home you've got that step, normal burpees. Okay. Right, bear with me then. Right. This is where we say goodbye. Our last one then. 20 mils, the final challenge. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Sister, who's the only one? Hey, sister, who's the superman? Hey, sister, who's the one you want? Hey, sister, shotgun. Last day to start again. Last day on my way. Last day to start again. Hey, sister, who's the only one? Hey, sister, what's your bicycle? Hey, sister, shotgun home. Hey, sister, who's your superman? Hey, sister, shotgun. Last day to start again. It's a nice day for a white wedding. It's a nice day to start again. There's something left in this world.